I'll just do literally as much. I'll Google them and go, okay, let's see what I can go and find out.
Right,
and then,
right.
I also try to go and talk with them over the course of like a month and just try to...
The second thing that you mentioned was research. How do you do your research? How do you prep for those podcasts to be calm and not like starstruck maybe, or just be yourself? Going to that first one that you mentioned, which is be yourself. So how do you balance that, and how do you research, and how do you keep that authenticity?
So for most people, especially when it comes to cosplayers or streamers or whatnot, I'll wind up going over to social media, and if someone catches my eye, I follow them for a little bit, and I want to go and see how they post or how they kind of put themselves out there, So I never necessarily want to just go and invite someone on there, because you don't know if that person is the kind of person that you want to actually promote. There's a lot of people out over there that they put on a great face, but then you sit down to talk to them and you go, ooh, you're an interesting person. And
totally different person now.
So yeah, it's like I'll kind of follow them for a little bit, and I'll look at some of their past history. I'll look at some of their past work. Most cosplayers or streamers or whatnot, they'll have a Twitch channel. So they'll go on, they'll play games, but then they are a version of themselves, or they are being themselves. And it's something where I can now see how that person reacts. You know how to talk to an audience, you know how to be entertaining. So I'll do that. And then for some of the people that that I don't have those avenues with, I'll just do literally as much. I'll Google them and go, okay, let's see what I can go and find out.
Right,
and then, I also try to go and talk with them over the course of like a month and just try to figure things out about them. One of the things I found out early on is if you have someone on there and then next week you have, you immediately have them over on the podcast. Not saying that we didn't just do that.
Yeah.
It's something where when you don't really know that much about them, the podcast itself isn't going to be as intriguing, because you're just now reading off a list. You don't know really what that person has done.
Right.
So when I'm sitting down, inside the chair, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I can easily go, what was your most intriguing cosplay? I rather would take it to like 3 months ago when you went over to San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
You would put over in this post that you were having like this kind of day and whatnot. Like, what made that day, like that? Or when I can go and gauge past the surface level, you get to this, what I call like the golden area of podcasting, which is like, ooh, this is the sweet spot. This is what people want to know.
Right. Thanks for listening to the Adrian Sinclair Show. You can find previous episodes on the Apodcast multi-channel network at apodcast.com. You can also stream this podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Podbean, and other audio platforms. And if you subscribe to our weekly newsletter, you'll get convenient short summaries of podcasts you may have missed. So check it out. And lastly, please, please, please support us by sharing our episodes on social media. We really appreciate it. Thanks.